Hi Gemini, welcome to this channel. This is the May general reading for 2020. The top for your energy and the purpose of the reading. I'll be using these, which is the fate shifters. They're a digital version of the weight deck, just to get two clear energies, one off the bottom, one off the top. All these cards have been pre-shuffled. You may be creating a sense of balance within yourself. So for the purpose of the reading, you have the Page of Cups. For yours is the King of Swords. So your energy is the King of Swords, so that is an air sign, which you are. So I see you in this energy taking leadership and maybe controlling a situation, cutting things out, making a decision, taking action based off that decision, and doing it quite clearly, because the King of Swords doesn't hesitate to do that. This is your energy for me. So the whole purpose of the reading is the Page of Cups. So this Page of Cups it's a very young energy, so it's very contrast these two energies. Maybe it's because you're an air sign that you need to be creating a bit more love in your life. The Page of Cups love comes from a very pure place. It's very pure. What's that in the cup? Can't quite see what's in the cup because I don't have my glasses on, but maybe you need a bit more love in your life, letting love into your life. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe there might be some acknowledging love, because I don't really think this man acknowledges love. Or understands what love is, sorry. But remember, Gemini, you have many amazing characteristics. You're adaptable, easygoing, adjustable, outgoing, intelligent, especially because Mercury is your ruling planet. It's all about communication. This man is a very good communicator, but because it's an air sign, maybe he struggles with communicating love. So I'm using the Light Seers Tarot for the rest of the reading. So for the beginning of the month, you have the Page of Swords. The middle of the month, Eight of Pentacles. This card is coming out in every reading, so I don't know if it's something to do with astrology or like what's in the air. For the end of the month, the Wheel. Now at the bottom of that, you have the Ten of Wands. I'm going to take one from the Universal Love. spiritual growth. So going into May, you are the King of Swords, and the Page of Swords is a beautiful version of the Page of Swords. So we're gathering information, having ideas, free thinking. The bird's freedom of thinking. In being able to do that, I mean, crossing a tightrope here, and still being able to research, to have clear clarity, clear thinking, and still be able to do this. So I don't know, you may be doing a bit of research, especially with this. It could have something to do about your spirituality, gathering information, finding out things. It's definitely spiritual, because you've got the Eight of Pentacles here looking at the Page of Swords. So this is all about working on your craft, putting time, putting energy into it. So whatever these ideas are, or information that you are gathering, because the swords all it's about gathering information, and the time and work that you've put into it. Because look, she's looking here, putting a lot of time and effort into this. So I don't know if you're researching things about spirituality in some aspects. So when you're coming into the middle of May, see, you're really working hard on gathering information. I wonder what information you're gathering. Is it spiritual? It's about your spiritual path. I think it's all connected in. You'll have to let us know in the comments for the feedback. I must apologise for the camera angle as well. I am not computer savvy, and my lovely kind neighbour has given me some stuff to help us to be able to hang the camera from a certain angle, so that will be set up so you'll be seeing all of this from a bird's eye view. This is what this man does as well. He sees everything from a bird's eye view with crystal clear clarity. This man does not let anyone sway him from his own thinking. Anything he thinks comes straight from him. He won't let anybody force anything onto him. All comes from him, his crystal clear clarity and vision. I definitely feel, I mean, you could be setting up a business, a spiritual business. I really feel though that you're gathering, researching information right up until into the middle of May. And then when you come to the end of May, you've got the wheel. I'm going to put some clarifiers for that. Sorry, the phone just fell. I'll put 3 more clarifiers. I definitely feel you're lacking love in this spread. I definitely feel you're lacking love, and this is what this is. This red lotus, you see her standing in the red lotus. In some cultures, I've got it wrote down somewhere. In a lot of cultures, in the beginning cultures, where is it? I've got it wrote down somewhere. It's like the womb of the world. Right here. Yeah, it's regarded as the womb of the world. Strong connection to the heart. symbol of pure love. That's what the red lotus represents. And I do feel you're trying to maybe get some love into your life, or being able to express it, because I don't think this man, he can communicate brilliantly, but love, I don't think he'll be able to communicate love very well. So it's kind of all sinking in with the Eight of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and this spiritual growth is that maybe you know that you need more love in your life, or to express, to be able to talk, to communicate about love. And because if you don't know how, this is where you're going to start off with a page. So this page, a page in tarot is just somebody who's starting off to master something. So her mastery is knowing that she only probably has a little bit, because when you get to the Knight, the King and the Queen, like the King is just pure mastery, but this page here has just maybe is only known a little bit of their own self-worth, or known how to love, how to give love, how to receive love, when to give it. I do feel that it's lacking in your life, love, or being able to accept it and express it. We'll go further into that. So we've got the Emperor, the Magician, and the Temperance. Oh, 3 major arcanas on the bottom, and on the bottom the Chariot. So with the Page of Swords, you have the Emperor. This is somebody who's just absolutely taking control. You know what you want with the Emperor. You know what you are trying to what information you're trying to gather, and especially why you're trying to gather it, and directing it. Because you see, this page is like he's in the ethers, isn't he? Look at all these ideas, they're all up there in the universe. But with this, with the Emperor, it'll give you a clear direction. It'll bring it all down, bring all them things together to be able to put it to better use, or what you need, what you don't need, which is a good idea, which isn't, which path you need, which not. But there's going to be a lot of forward movement, because you've got the Chariot on the bottom. So in the middle you have the Magician. The Magician is a hit or miss for me in this one, because he's above. I see him harnessing more darker energies, where in this one he's a bit of the same, but I've got, like in the Tarot of Dreams, the Magician is like what you would see in a Harry Potter, very magical, where this is more, a much more darker energy for me. So be careful. A magician is obviously having all the tools, but be careful, because you've got the Emperor here. It's a very strong energy, the Emperor and the Magician, and maybe that might be to manipulate things more to your way or to your own advantage, especially with the King of Swords. So be careful, be very careful what you're harnessing here. You might take this Magician as like a good magician. I see him a bit more on the dark side, but we'll leave that up to you to what you think. But as a pre-warning, I would just say be careful on what you're trying to harness, in the way that you harness, or maybe it's the way you communicate it. Because remember, this Page of Cups is just on the start, like on the understanding and the knowing and the feeling of their own self-worth. So be careful, because this is a very pure, it's a very pure energy, the Page of Cups. So just be a bit mindful of what you want and how you're going to achieve that, especially with the Emperor and this Magician together. I don't really like that energy because it's a bit more on the dark side of the Emperor, of him getting his own way all the time. So this takes me into the last part of May, these last two cards. So you've got the Wheel and the Temperance. I love the Temperance on there. You can just see his wings. Every pack of cards is different. It brings a different kind of energy. And what do I get from that? I get polar opposites attract. With these two together. Yeah, if you can see here, this is here light side, all the light there. Look, there's a bit of the dark side as well. So there is a bit of darkness in this reading. And he's your culprit. So to bring more love in, you want to have to do it from a very balanced place, harmony place. And you will do it with this Temperance, you know, polar opposites attract. That's what I get with this. I don't get a love reading. I don't get a love reading in here. I'm just going to pull one more card for that. Yes, look, there's a bit of darkness in here. Be careful. Be very careful. Because you see on here on the Chariot, you've got the light side and the dark side. So which way do you want to direct it? Which way are you going to take it? Because love, to bring love into your life from a balanced place, it's all about the light side, the good things. So be careful what you are harnessing and bringing in and trying to bring into your life. Always keep it on the light side. The dark side is not a good place to be. Maybe you have somebody around you who is a bit manipulative with these two energies. This is definitely like the dark side of the Magician. Be careful. Just bring in the love, but bring it in right. Do it in the right way. You're Gemini, you know how to communicate it. So don't just think it, because air signs just normally might think it. You have to actually say it as well. Just one more card for this. You've got a lot of major arcana. There's a lot of big things happening for you in May. Major movement. And on the bottom you've got the King of Wands. So these three cards together. Okay. So maybe you have been healing, and this might be why there's a bit of darkness in here, because you're still healing. So this, if that is the case, you're healing, especially with the Temperance there. This is healing as well, in harmony. So if you do feel a bit on the dark side, and by the end of May, you will have healed and released a few things, and then maybe that's when love comes in, because when you've been through bad things and you need to heal and release things, you're still in a bit of a I don't want to say a dark place, but in a place where maybe you don't see love or bring love or be able to bring love in. I'm going to get one more for this Page of Cups. I definitely think you need a bit of love in your life and you're trying to bring it in, but don't bring it in through manipulation. Very strong, I see very strong manipulation here. This might be you or could be somebody else. I think it's you because you're in a state of needing to be healed to be able to release. But it's all about your spiritual growth. Yeah. On the bottom you've got the 4 wands. You have the 4 swords there. So the 4 swords for me is a spaced out card. If you've got the Quantum Tarot, the 4 swords is the perfect example of what this card really means. So everybody says this is a healing card, taking time out, but you've got to remember this 4 swords is after the 3 of swords. So what's the whole meaning of this card is you're resting, you're healing. However, your higher self, your consciousness is high, so high up in the ethers, trying to gain, trying to fit bits of the puzzle together, fitting that last bit. Where does that jigsaw piece go? What does this mean? He said, she said, but it's like your consciousness is so high up in the ethers, it makes your brain as if it's spaced out, where it might be lethargic, you might be lethargic, but what's actually happening is the back of your head's going overtime trying to fit puzzles together and the equations together. So this is how I feel through that. It's more of a spaced out card where your brain at the front isn't really thinking, but the back part of your brain is going overtime trying to fit everything together to heal, to release. So you're definitely healing over something. I think you might be harboring some bad feelings towards somebody, and it's making you go, and it's pushed you into this energy, which is a good energy to get things done. However, this man hasn't got a compassionate bone in his body, so be careful, because I think the whole purpose of this reading is to bring more love, to bring more spiritual growth, to, because look on the bottom of here, birth, to give birth to your creations, to your ideas. So just try and keep on the good side and heal. I've got 2 cards of healing as well. That's a beautiful card, that, look, with that cord attached. It's beautiful. So that will be more your energy. This is another air energy, and this is an Aquarius. So by the end of the month, I see a lot of healing and forward movement, but be careful. Try and keep more on the page. Try and keep more on the page level energetically instead of this energy, because it's very controlling, that energy, very controlling. And you can't control anything spiritual. You can manipulate it up to a certain point, but then it just kind of backfires. So just be careful of your thoughts, your conversations. So that's the end of reading. If you liked it, like it, leave me some feedback, subscribe if you like the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.